Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm truly happy to have you here today, because the story I'm sharing is one that has captured the attention and emotions of fans across the country, and perhaps even beyond. This isn't just a gossip piece or another celebrity headline. It's about connection, emotional courage, and a love that appears to have touched not only the couple involved, but the culture around them. We're talking about Alp Navruz and Alina Bose, two names that, in recent months, have become inseparable in the eyes of the public. They are not just actors, not just public figures. They are now the center of a quietly powerful narrative, one that many people are watching with both admiration and curiosity. Let's go back to the beginning. Their story didn't start with a dramatic announcement or a tabloid scandal, no. It started with a series of posts, subtle, genuine, posts that spoke louder than any press release. One day, on a perfectly ordinary afternoon, the two of them, separately, yet somehow in sync, shared images, moments, and captions that made it clear they were in love. And from that moment, everything changed, not just for them, but for the thousands of fans who had followed their careers, admired their personalities, and, perhaps, secretly hoped this day would come. The reaction was overwhelming. Social media erupted, but not with mockery or cynicism. Instead, there was warmth, support, excitement, because what Alp and Alina were showing wasn't a performance. It felt like something real. Their relationship seemed to unfold naturally, without the over-the-top declarations that so often accompany celebrity couples. Instead, they shared what they wanted to share. A hand held during a walk, a quiet dinner captured in a candid photo, a message of support beneath a new project announcement. And in those details, people saw something beautiful, a couple choosing to build something in their own way, at their own pace. But, of course, love, especially in the public eye, doesn't happen in a vacuum. As the news of their romance began to circulate, eyes turned to Ika, Alp's former partner. The tabloids were ready to pit her against Alina, to suggest tension, jealousy, drama. But Ika surprised everyone. Rather than feed the narrative of rivalry, she responded with dignity. Sources close to her say she refused to let those around her speak negatively about Alp or Alina. In fact, she reportedly encouraged people to respect their story, and even voiced her belief that their love was genuine. And just like that, the usual storylines we expect, bitterness, betrayal, resentment, were replaced with something more human: acceptance, growth, grace. This entire situation began to shift something larger. It sparked conversations, not just about celebrities, but about what healthy love looks like, about maturity, about the fact that sometimes people move on, and that's okay. And when they do it with kindness, it becomes more than a private relationship. It becomes an example. In the weeks and months that followed their first public show of affection, Alp and Alina began to be seen more frequently together, but never excessively. They weren't attending every event hand in hand. They weren't flooding their feeds with couple content. They were simply living, sharing the occasional moment, smiling together, standing side by side. And perhaps that's what people admired the most, the normalcy of it. Their love wasn't flashy. It was thoughtful, the kind of love you recognize not in declarations, but in gestures. A protective glance, a supportive nod, a shared laugh when they thought no one was watching. It was no longer just about two famous people dating. It became about something larger, a sense of hope that love, even in a world as noisy as this one, can still grow quietly, respectfully, meaningfully. Beyond the public, their relationship also began to influence their fans on a deeper level. Young couples looked up to them, not because they were perfect, but because they seemed real, because they communicated openly, because they appeared to truly like one another as people, not just as images. And this, in a way, challenged many of the norms we often see in public relationships. There was no need for over-dramatization, no need to constantly prove anything. Their bond was doing the talking. As time passed, their connection didn't fade, it deepened. Alp and Alina began supporting each other's professional ventures more visibly. Whether through social media shares or silent presence at events, they made it clear they were in this together. As individuals, as partners. One particular post, a candid black and white photo of them at a cafe, went viral not because it was glamorous, but because it was simple. To people, laughing. The caption was just one word: peace. That word seemed to define their relationship more than anything else. Peace in a world that rarely offers it. Peace in fame. Peace in finding someone who sees you not as a celebrity, but as a person. Of course, not everyone cheered. In every public love story, there are critics. People who question motives, or say it won't last, or dig for drama. But Alp and Alina didn't respond. They didn't fight back. They let their actions speak. They showed up for each other again and again. And now, months into their relationship, it's clear that this wasn't just a moment. It's a journey. One that they're navigating together. One that many are quietly rooting for. So where does this story go from here? We don't know. And that's okay. Not all love stories need a big finale. Some just need room to grow. But here's what we can say. Whatever happens, what Alp and Alina have built, with patience, honesty, and mutual support, has already made a lasting impression on their fans, on their peers, and maybe on each other. So to them, thank you for reminding us that love doesn't need to be loud to be strong, that relationships don't need to be perfect to be beautiful, that kindness, respect, and shared joy are more powerful than any headline. And to all of you watching, thank you for being part of this moment. If this story made you feel something, share it. Comment below. Let's talk about what love can look like when it's handled with care. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.